ngana hunywa hubasima nye mumu khulondelele khumala embukende yikhubiramu episode tsesi khwanywa khukhola era mwakhokesele muri mwakhwakanile ni kumwe mutwela nga bamasaba ngana khushe busandika sito khutabulakho nyowa usubscribing ate umale ufollowing kasito mina hapesa aho ha notification buli shesi kene khubenga khurayo unanyala khubanga ushifunila mumbuka intufu luna khulweshelero nga walolele nyuma yi khuli khu shifo shesi khulanga forester kwegamba shilola khu bifo bifiti nabi mushirimba shano mumbale shinyala shahuwa the feel of the nature ano khuliona buli shindu shositsana ukana byekhunywa byekhulya buli shindu shositsana unyala wacheniyawo wabashalilakho wabasupportingaho kwegamba khwabona khuri khuyeta bamasaba khwatsowatswanila atwela khumasaba tv shina shesi ndili nasho lunakhu lweshalero khwakanana ni mutwela khubana bamasaba era babali ni shesi bakholele liswa lye bamasaba babali ni shesi bagane khwikono lye bamasaba khuliho ni bindu bikali byesi khulibutsa khubanga khukanihakho ano ni nano khwelosele khumanya nanu niye nano
nasimene nabi mukosi walukhu kunchenisa khu TV ya Masaba TV se lisina inase samwene niranga nenga ni babantu nabana
bahulanga
John K Mushanji umushiyende umunatungo haliye mandeta kwa mebushanji ibushiyende ruhonje isi balya ni babantu nasimene nabi huba hu Masaba TV
ninafe khwakhwakanile kwegamba yabere imbukende yi khukhwamabe khwasembaye khuwulira khwikono lyo John Kennedy umunatungo umushanji ukhalya imande bafura bukalabe khwakhumanyanga sauti ya simba shesi ngana khubolero li khukubona luna khulweshalero kamazima kali kari ngane khale ni John Kennedy nga khushile khutya byesi khulukhutsa okanikhakho ali umundu yesi nandi ilirenga role models kubanga natandiya khuwulira likono lyange njili khumbonaho ngese njili mu bibina byasi mu kusoma bitabu sare luna khulweshalero ngane khale mbango yikhale ni
aribona ni litsuna lyashuhe
lyakhosa that is good John Kennedy umumasaba nga wakanile khu John Kennedy amubonanga nabi
nahumanyata lwe khuba nyanyala khuba ngambo nengeri ichindi nasenga nibone engeri ichindi
ari wo wibona orye niyandi khutegerera arye
sese shinyowera dana amakhulamba khu radio ngani wa makhuloma I have mentored quite a number of people
exactly.
And I would like to one ibindu byesi nakanira dala nabi abandu ni babana bamasaba hukana rumasaba second ata ndiye khuramba khu radio ko ape nambisa basatise na John K nga abantu banga na John K but something was missing, something was amiss.
Yes.
Until nganongereho umushanji umushiyende ulya ni babandu so people started umuchibokolo batandi khabana so everybody started identifying with the where they come from. I think that is also an achievement shinshasinyana ndo manahole bamasaba tuyaba masaba funya ho akana ne Kampala yonga holi ba masaba fenyene ne Luganda lwalumalure
lura abe mbali ayiri Buganda
ne sawa atiti ba masaba batuya bali ne hupambana ne masaba lwabo bashiyende bali ukane halushiyende ba dadi bali ukane haludadi lwabo and so on and so forth. And I think it's been a process lwokuba se isinasomere busoganga ndi amireyo na boda musali wasasi balanga bara bus abe at that time abe ndi chairperson of NRM Youth League nalo mabasi ndi huko bolengo.
Yes.
One, I wanted to establish myself home. Abasa no man na he you're living an opportunity here. Namno there are bigger opportunities back home.
Yes.
So hanse manya abana bamasabana bakhola shina they benefit from what I think I can offer them.
Yes.
So ari nakobole mbale natanafuna kumuli mu radio step radio yo kwatande ahuramba so shoshonga washirereo we've inspired a whole generation mulini nawe mwene
including me in fact obisa kwa nyuma lufiti heso kanihile nga wakanihilo of course nasenga nafune opportunity khuramba khu radio enendwela na senambasa inolandye namunga atutse omukhulu John Kennedy nambasa khomwitsukhulu wakuli atetala nyabusuku khwama ebusobe bushende mbabulo babwaya bemubimbi anti that gives already
exactly that's what we looked at nga khutandya khurambisa John komushanje omushende ari bagwere bano bati omusaiza akobere nika ali abantu nenga eventually we attracted more numbers
and it easily identified.
Then the other thing just numbers and na holide who hole mwanye bamasaba yi in smaller quantities huchira bamasaba
nga hushiri hola ho mwanyi nisho shi kwegamba ndini bikali nabira itegehera birebo byose bikali na
send ready
kubange nga no mu masaba amanyari nga huluhukania ho masaba nga warusile hemba unyala waula bo masaba ni nana ni mwanyi tawe nenga nga hushiri holanga na hushobuso mlalo hubona na halonde bifani iya masaba TV ndiru na hulo sherelo huli hungayamo numwana omushanji uhalya imande very good bafura bukalifana bashiri kumanya mande nisho shina tawe but time will come
banashiri bahole research isho
nga inganileho kureba hobusa shirebo shitwala ne hukobole isiwolera hu mwanyi hwaboneho kama kono ke kamani imbale neno bandu bahola bafuna following ye kamani ne amala customer hu radio yi wacha hu radio yi customer huyi wacha huyi bamala bola baba babe kamani bacha bafulafula ne John Kennedy ahukora hobusa ihwela manundi huulira ku ikono lyewe tawe uwe washiholorie hutahufuna kumekwe hulomorehetse ho anina
shinyowera dala namosavinga ministry bamasaba ida mugenzi umukukasaba mushikori amba opportunity a lifetime opportunity serving bamasaba and I'm eternally grateful for that who serving the people I love most sure I will forever be indebted sese nama nita radio at the backdrop of having been a students leader throughout all my life.
Yes.
Me, I'm a product of Uganda National Students Association, UNS.
Yes.
So I need there. Nitana ramba, then I went nafuna admission emakere husuma busomesa. Arisha buli daba nangire husuma busomesa.
Ngoli hustep.
Already ndiserebu. Village serebu kabisa.
Village champion.
Nalo mandaria nabula mzee namna papa arise bya university bisa mwenenza kuisomesa khamba yote. So luna hulu 12 patron students patron wa Humbale says the late Mr. Pedu and to where AIC is now around that area Kalondo side ya Kalondo former Kalondo primary and to anomari Jeff K abananga Jeff K Jeff K where are you namulo Mr. Pedu I am working with radio I'm working with Step Radio Sanya the look on his face he was so disappointed Alomar that's not where you belong that's not where you belong
kubanga wamanya potential
no that's not where you belong you should go back to school eda immediate nga hwamala hukania huryo ni hida ku imusat natsadafuna admission natanda uhole diploma immediately because you see he's somebody whom I had grown up taking as a father figure aralu humbola that's not where you belong nakobola yo nasoma diploma ngandisoma diploma natu ya but of course since then I started preparing my exit era nabolera abandu besinaka na radio raga chief nabolera ni eke ni Jeremiah nababolera ndi ntsakolesa kimya hali ku radio ta the moment I make a decade I should be in position to exit I must allow young people to come through but also nababolera ndi bali behukobole husomesha bulira nabolera Jean Paul ni Jeremiah nababolera ndi bali behukobole hukoleshina husome fortunately for them abo already bali in diploma tsabwe Jeremiah has a diploma in journalism Jean Paul also has from IMSAT Shabano ba tabalo magwegenda already so I went na pursuing that but I was in the process of preparing so around 2010 2008 muleba mulanga bari Steve Max ahwile chankwanzi ahwile chankwanzi yohamba ka obumundu kanoboneho paka obusasi arena tu yabana balango very wealthy boys. The Langi boys are very wealthy at the time. Joe Ebong, Okelo Kelo, and Omodo. They were very wealthy young boys. We are age mates, but they were ahead of us. I think they liked me. Nasanaba kanana. Never rebandi nywe. Fabe ichankwanzi yali shifo bar kachwampali. Kachwampali. Ari kachwampali yo ba kachwampali. Shitegeza huba ni biro musawo ipesa likwa mune libirabusa sarifa abe kutsa mukachwampali kunywa waraji nibo banywa bia abalomande how mushobora muriye kubanga you afford to take beer, yet for us we cannot afford to take beer.
Yes. And yet we are almost the same age group.
Asa omodo bale bahuntsiramu okero bale some okero bale bahuntsiramu. Then Joe Ebong pulls me aside after about a week. After about a week. And Mari see JK for us in Lango. Bible is a resolution. But all contracts below 50 million should be given to groups of the young people, of the youth, to deter them. But some of us who got money, because Joe Ebong or Big Joe, that is his nickname up to now, Big Joe. That's a prolific businessman. But for us who had some company, we opened up our independent companies. So if you have a company, you can do contracts. There is selected bidding and open bidding.
Yes.
So selective bidding is below 50 million. And so mesakao. No hababo hot. So 2008 nakubula ni idea yasa yokwikula wenani. The company ntande hokola contracts. But nakubula mu August, around this August, right? Yes, around this time. Nakobole one, you see when you enter the army or you go under a small military training.
Yes.
So one, I had issues with sleep. Kenyara huko natashinyo alitune babeka bamalira hodala ritune ringa babekere hoba alert 24/7. But I came back with my idea. So naba kahoni issues zitse family babone ngoma asa kutambisa Mr. Awanga kanorie. That is why weringa akana hunywa kwa kama pesa anywa blessing with a very good wife. So I reason abakanuma nganga okola idea hii to build the company. Nenga ngandi ni issues wo wengo nenga ngabandi batsitegera tanga nobone because all of the time you're smiling, you're happy, so people hardly see.
Nengo le ni kumuliro ko siwihalire.
Arise kuka namala 2011 January 11th, because I still remember the dates very well.
Yes.
Nabola papa, at that time my father had started the ngalini cancer, stomach cancer. So he had this company called Shanji Metal Works. So I wanted to use Shanji, but you see they're going to disturb you. Your revenue authority is going to disturb you. You know how revenue is disturbed. Even up to now they are still disturbing. So Natandiha. Now I started sitting to think about. I had already started thinking about the names, how to name, because you see when you're coming up with something, utandea ni lisina, aringa masaba television.
Yes.
So you have to look at the name first.
At the name.
So I had Shanji, but then my father was telling me blah blah blah. Then I had Nachi, a short name from my mother's name. So I went. Now Peter Obedo. Bedo, Sophie.
Yes.
I'm Bedo. I went to register my company. I know, when you're ready, I have somebody at the URSB. By that time, URSB, I made who a mom house. The company has registering it under a day. But
by then it was still in a Kampala before.
Everything before they brought down these regional offices.
Yes.
So Nikulao, nani company asejo. Remember, I had already started transcending from radio
to
retire. That's what we are talking about, right?
Yes.
So aringa ndikolewe company natu ya George Koloto. George Koloto na muloma ndu waini kule company yase Honorable George Koloto. But
Yes,
you see, of
yes.
course, we have our friendship has grown now that I can have the luxury to call George Koloto.
yes.
George Koloto. I can afford to call Wedi he. So no wa kakai. I have now reached the level of calling them by name, not that it's out of disrespect, but because our friendship and the relationship has grown over time. So hungayak. So Honorable George Koloto, but advisor no mari, you need a trading license, you need the experience, you need what manenga. This is a new company. I wouldn't advise you utande utemili ya construction tabita kutambisa, because you need a hardware where you're going to get cement new beam construction. So alomande cement makali arisenata ndia husha satuka because tuka has a hardware.
and I remember as if he was a client by then where you were
exactly from. Radio. Arisenisha already I had ads. He was a friend of our director. But also, most importantly, me every morning I could send him greetings.
You're creating
radio. Abantu bitsaba kulaba nze tuulira apa kubuzanga ku radio.
Oli wamanyi. Nenge wamenye sheso olukubala.
We became friends with Tuka. So tuelana za Tuka ona tika ibintu bye million nsanvu mu 5
without even a penny.
Aribakiza. Arikiza John K Wasikyye. Kiza mna matasa sude. Ande bari John K bulicho yagala kwechiri ku moto koko. Abinarira fuso longo tsitaru nati heavy.
Nenga mbao ya dekarano keso muwele tawe.
Enda mayarize am credit worth.
So fana basoleri bali kukubona bali kulondele sawayi awona okunyala kwabukula oshiyo kwika. Kubanga singo creating a social capital. Inyala yabeye kumukasa kufura ni kama pesa mungu. Hakwirosele.
Lwekuba tukalumara region katsa kutimirawa. Ana marijon kesifanga ngatofonye sente. Asimbula tifuso nuts.
Kegamba wahuwele ntandi kwa iya over 70 million.
75 million to be exact. So natana supply ngebintu byasenga namalire. Narusa heta sena ina mwetsewe. I was basically as a commission agent, but even before reaching there, I had built my name on radio. Natabula hundu. We had issues, so I was a bit demotivated. So to anatu Governor Bernard L.A. Mujas. No mari John K. Avende kukurakera sa kumutaki kuku ni wanza nyukire na chokiri. Ardatsa kana ulaba chairman asimiri. So ngana amire ni chairman ni wa kwatu yana hweldima na ma step watu yana hweldima. Anama chitegeza senitsa nibizi byasa kuramba. Nabantu baba ibulafu yo nibe bakana kumanya bizi byasa ta. Wauliye. So I started improving now. Not andira dala rukombe khalisina. I'm going to write my name across the hearts of my people.
Yes.
Aringa nombehere company yase. Na holere company yase. Iliho ni experience tanate budaka. Budaka obarakera nabi. Barakera nabi step.
Yes, by then.
Kadansi re budaka na balomandi ngana kubona procurement. Procurement bamulanga bari Beni. I'm forgetting his name. Anyu wakorawo. Maharbanange abula basha msaizo already atakilia niki. So already anga tachi. Ardan. Dan niwara mawande bari John K. Sanyukire ino. Kale. Tebairo takatukole niki. Ngamba nze wano nenze kubebuzaako. Negwirewe company yange na yentaka a contract. So the guy calls Sam. I think Nani. There is Sam I think is the assistant now, but there is the senior procurement officer. So I called him. I said, John K is here. He has his company. Ataka tumuyambe. Msaiza iwe mbaire ntire. Ndi wantu wala kuniki ku step.
Radio.
Ni radio ta ku step.
Step by then.
Ndi wantu wala ku step. He was very specific. ntakompeeko bulimu nti mwana iwe twakuwa abolera danari dani tuwe John K sinkati twamuwe yatutwala ku step. I got my first 2 contracts from Dhaka just because I was on radio.
Yes.
But I'm still preparing for my exit. So now and there who ufuna mbaka ha really pace. Nenga also Charles. I'm a director with who step up. Well,
SBC Media Center.
Even now you have outgrown even the money that I'm giving you. In South Africa, pesa kesi mukanata. But you can use the radio to make money.
Yes.
But also, boss, we can use the radio to make money. No, we tani bulango wa paka busata lwe huwe yaze. Ari sese. Ni haras na musoma. If I have a meeting, I don't attend meetings. What I think. I didn't have but says, I've been in the attitude. That's what they were thinking.
Namwe who hand is
she the keres. In Abra Mashitu Fiji the keres in the national. Nenga she's in the Huba Pole at home, the for you. Kamazimakalikara, Lehoni Campes, a case at Sahuahuramita. No, but the man had said, for them they didn't hear. They were excited, but the man had said that I don't have money. I don't have it.
But I've given you the platform.
The platform.
Use it.
Now I'm a platform. Now you're not so happy. So we're Dhaka. Now could I make it? Now could I make it? I can't even make a 2 boss was the one who complaining. A Russian who could never have in your come afraid. I'm Reverend and boss man, you have a or have a honey in your coming. You are Miss Coming.
Question.
So we joked about it, Alomar, but anyway, not under who preparing to exit. So ngana malideo ningira campaign.
Politics.
Naba candidate to a general ronda. Me I had already seen there was a vacuum, which is still there.
And you already have this political background.
Exactly, through the youth politics and the students' politics.
Yes.
So me I had seen a vacuum. Ningira halulu. I already had my friends. I already had General Aronda, who was, you can ask Deo Matanga. Abamulo Matakaru, that boy who eats people. General Aronda ambasa iniment na chikola flawlessly. Ngana nabi.
And you executed.
Flawlessly. So Ari General Aronda anyo ansubiza wakama furachi mitwalo chirado nama yandari wa mai na mmaliti. Honorable Ambassador Jack Wamanga mai yo na mmaliti. Lwe huva sishesi dakana nakana musa hapesa. Mbani hapesa sasa sisi hali nshiri MP.
Hali wahofuna mbwanga.
Atawe. Lwe boreda abandu natatsa kaya abanda bahumanya mundu mwenda bamanya likono.
Arabe
they were dressing the voice and the face. Naringa wakanihire tsiro mutsinda ititsi abantu baramara sana akanihire nebibitsi. Hali ahuera
wahuleheloria.
Ari hu bali habe bali haka mububi. Bali hanga tsimberenge. Ari basi abalo bahushikana ta bamba buluru buche, but still I was grateful. We huba wo nies nafuna ideas be bindu byese ndi ukola. So ngandingi the politics General Ronda wafa nabo wambabazi, of course every buli mundu amanya the John K candidate wambabazi, but they don't know how I joined Mbabazi. So that is after the death of Aronda. I had already declared, and over Chisuka started declaring or Kasorusa kumurene wa Rurusa afazali bakupa. So now man and Anan aba naba Malcolm baba niba Nevin aba nabo naxid hana memuharuha. So but I had started, like I've been saying over and over again, to transcend. Hurrah radio, but also wabone Raga Chief uyo is a very huge inspiration. Raga Chief yasumira hujinjese, he was the best. He has an AAAA. Yes. He's one of the best chemistry and physics teachers. He got a first class in industrial chemistry. Nenaba no musana urahu radio hota. Nalo man the problem era muloma na muloma Raga. Mulanga and Raga oba Kamenyu. Not mulanga Raga ta mulanga Kamenyu. Mulanga Raga. The problem is that you exceeded a decade. Or you became comfortable. So now, man, if I go beyond 10 years, I'm going to be like Raga and Eke and Jeremiah.
You'll not be comfortable.
Yet the man told me a few years ago that that's not where I belong. So, but before that, basi abikulawo big
FM.
Already I had issues.
I remember the mass movement.
I wish issues who step who nababolera. Anaba mandi me. Marketing manager wenyu ngatsiro kwikula already. Nanyo anaba mandi okay ari marketing manager wenyu atsire. Muliho ni database ya clients wenyu ni number zanyu. Baritawe. Amari, what business are you going to do here? Because ideally he has gone away with
the business.
But also I had also been there for a very long time. That people started thinking that actually the radio has outgrown me, which is also good. Because if the radio outgrows me and I'm among the people who started it, it is very okay with me.
Yeah.
So now, Mandi, maybe I have an opportunity now to transcend further, to live. So I don't know, man, but also I need to test whether I was really good. Namweta. If this radio is bigger than me, who started it from zero. Then I must test whether I am huge in this region or not. I'm at the answer how big is I'm Answer how big. Very big. And I'm indeed I am big. And I'm kati niwe kamanyi kabisa. Aya. Na malanga hata bule big yo. Basi yana batande aho kolebya na ndoshina hata nako nali.
Awe ne onyese kulukuze ho bukulira lundi awusho kusanema mulalo hubona Masaba TV na halonde bifani okutia ho mikutu kyosi za social media, that is Facebook, YouTube, atolani Twitter nga watabuleo nyowa uchirike go subscribing atomale omine lipesa lya notification nonyalise kukulonderera so kuka ukhalao. By the way, henye ngukutengo luhunde keresa. I have never forgotten that day. Warambani na kumuti nyebula ihore. Namba sendi hushiramba.
Ni Sophie na yena mbole data. Loko bandamanyandi nga namubole. Abata kuloma ataindo behutsi. But I wanted to see if really
to try it. Yes. So hutahwilamo huulira, I come back the following day namnyendi hurambani timu yesi narambila nina yengolobe. That is it. So, politics somehow. We shall come back to that some other day. Let's come back to coffee. Manyire mwanyi niyo ilinga kumusinga. Isi umundu kundalanga ari backbone. Muzo watswana iye ba Masaba. Fefe mulu chenjiro. Shishamba so she mwanyi. Shihwitsila shirienda.
One, in 2008, Matthias Honorable.
Yes.
And it's at the peak of my radio career. He wanted to use my name to promote the domestic consumption of coffee. Bama sabatande hunywe mwanyi. Mbole ya coffee na mutsaherera. Abantu banywa kamajani rambozi ya coffee yoyo. But I am very happy that after I entered the coffee business, I had chance. God gave me an opportunity. And I was very lucky, I should say. The Matthias one was still alive. And I apologized to him. Actually, Wamala Wandakida where to even get the materials to pack the coffee in. So idea coffee yo itandi hida, but I brushed it off.
At
that time. So ngahulimu campaign nyene yoyo. The day Museveni was in Bududa is when that idea comes up. 2016 elections. The day Museveni was in Bududa, that is the day. I don't remember the date properly, but that is the day the coffee time idea comes up. Because Nabutere was like, you see, if we start promoting coffee, Nikurao Cafe, others will copy and they will mushroom. And indeed, cafes so standard so bonus banywera coffee ni bakuliza coffee. Ba Mr. Nabutere.
That is the idea.
Yes, and that was his dream. That is, you should find him hosting a hona yana.
But we shall go
exactly
to look out for those people.
So the day Museveni was in Bududa, basi ave bankazire kwa Upland. Ona where anani coffee a cup is. Kwa Upland. Oh. Ano makati John K go imide wa MP, Kanabagisubano genda tolotia mu bwavu. abanga bandebere se nabira muta. Of course, as a member of parliament, people think that utsakubakabira kama peso tsabarusamu batamu butambi and so on and so forth. But also, as a leader of the people, we must inspire them. There is a time, in 5 years' time, 5 years' time, China elevated 50 million people from poverty. China elevated 50 million people from poverty. For us, we are not even 50 million. So it is possible to elevate people from poverty. Somsani you ano marifa bagesu tuli bagaga. Arwabone mwanyi. Just imagine if we packed coffee. Wabone ba toro, bali ni kamajani, paka parkinga chikachukumi. But here there is nobody who is doing coffee of 200. Marwabone ba chisuli abandu benga. We are about 6 million people. 4 are in Kenya. 2 are here. Just imagine if only 2 million people, both in Uganda and Kenya, took coffee at 200 shillings. Usually, I'm going to say that, but it's simutibiri. Hache nimbo. Argali can hear them be saying up in Nabahoni pressure. So, but when I went back home in Nakonat, Narusaya ha calculator hache not and their home. So that's when I decided, because I had not already gotten money to fund my campaign. So I decided that whether I win this election or not, I have won this election. Ina nasira ni idea yase yopaka haruru hawa. Nama ndita hola coffee after this election, and I'm leaving radio. I'm doing coffee.
Okay, that is where
so
the idea.
It is Maombe Muhwana who brings the idea. You see, when people are speaking, you must be in a position to listen. To listen ate urekere sebulai.
Utegere ubeho nisheso kukulamu.
When people are arguing, you must be, as an intelligent person, you must be in position to listen. So when this one was talking, me I was listening. Kama pesa kasi nduhuli ya husawa atiti Maombe Muhwana niyo wamba.
Nenge hapo kulamu sawa wata.
Era fesi tanango haba ono muze yuko on defense nibo balabirira bangona hurupa ndani. Bishop was cheo. But me I picked.
Ni amainga ni Hello Mary. Moshifo shaho humbe nyeni na bulayi mbeku murobo itie ni lobere.
So natandiha huhola coffee arina lango mwaneso balanga bari inemba Smith Jabi the Hajabi or OPG balanga bari inemba Smith, very intelligent, prolific guy. Namuloma inemba ngana paka coffee. I have worked with Inemba. He does our graphics. He's been doing graphics for us for a very long time. The other person who did another product is Wamakura Shelf is Don Medi. Who are called Shanji tea. Those Shanji tea, Chesubia, it's Don Medi who did them. Ningandibole in a band in the hook and a coffee. And let me answer all the graphics. Arera graphics who are coffee time yo. It is simplicity alone. Amba she gambo coffee ashif na mchimiru ndichibiti. Coffee. Coffee. It interested me a lot. It excited me a lot. But like Nelson Mandela says that when you're climbing a mountain, after reaching a peak of one, you realize that there's another mountain. So it's been a process. But that's how the idea comes up.
Ufunesha ambaso wahala wali hakumuli mabo kuluhu kusasula hutandihe shindu sheso hali ni idea bula ita buvumu bwe buli bwa busheletawe. That one must be thought of. What are some of the challenges you have faced during this time?
Coffee?
Yes.
You know, coffee is a beverage for the wealthy. That is how it has been branded. Mutambi
shehunywa sheba yindifu.
Tewa hawanywera muchifonga ashi forest.
Chibone.
Wekali onywe coffee. Leo mundu abijere mutaita ibijede yo barunywa kawa. That is why abandu bali makawe bamunywata. But we have tried. Matthias has done a tremendous job, I should say. Yes. Because you cannot know kurusahonga na wingi in business.
So is it all about the mentality? Iye babandu befe namwe
mentality ni hulo bahumanya ta. You know, ignorance is a very huge disease. Auliye. Ignorance ni shida muno masana.
Hutahumanya.
Hutahumanya. When you're ignorant. It's a disease. Yes. So because bakubola bari especially the women can begin complaining about babalo bari bahanywa kofita bari nga batsire huigata ni basetsa bari but there are women of course through this I got so inquisitive send no muhasisi manyire musale was niye hunyira busare kawa yoyo I'm stimulating
okay
nari lwekuba we rebo nari kawa yungo mubirwa shina bazungu bamunywa
ate nibe baliho ni bwanga funi neta
what
I wanted to ask can we take it as a myth or proven knowledge umundu hulo mari umuchele banga warambisile ikawa of course it is related to dryness I know I've also ever had such statement is it a myth or
it's just ignorance nothing like a myth nothing like a what just ignorance
okay
lwe huba wewe neighbor wo akubola arwai imwanyi yohanyotane ni yanywa tini ari wewe wamba sesende nichimia hachenga wenga wandolere ndi njimia hachenga umuhana nga andolere ambasare kulipe chimia
anyala ambasare muri mumi komitwera
coffee is one of the most traded commodities in the world nari wo mu masaboli huli memwanyi bali huvula bari coffee umubi awuliye bara don't take coffee is a $3 billion industry 3 billion yes 3 billion yeah about there maybe dollar industry all over about that
ate ni huhongera heshindishindi fana byebwe byese bamasaba huli ni nabyo byese kunyala kwakanihira hoba huokesa hore bamasaba byayama mu mwanya ukiri kufuna shindishe kunyala ho yambilisa hoto
era bahubola this bote barangirisida dala president Museveni ahasara ni bachiso you know abona mundu ngaliho nilipesa aba muzibutu manene
afike hata
one fefe town yiba mahombehera ho mwanyi ni magendo aringa barre anti smuggling unit ya kale kayihura he went hard on smugglers but still Mbale was thriving so imwanyi
because there was an untouched product
Nathan amahuita alo mari mwanyi paka kula kumutwalo mundu abeiza busa ni buvera mwavera bumwanyi muchehe buri akulisa kilo liko michimtu aliko akubala ni nyamanyo aho igolaga asomesa abana nabo mali humbale esese hunkoma bandu basala abana
okay
ashibone
ari humwanyi yene yokuka kwa mu mwezi kweshinane kwene ku Uganda amofune ngabi kusha salubu sano lwe kamana mboka kolera kama homi kabili na karano mundu kwe habiri ho kupanisa bibyambaso hunjeri yesi banyala bongerayo imwanyi ninjeri yesi umundu wabushere umulimi ni basubuzi ni babo bachongeremo kumukasongewo banyala hufunamo henyo ehureba wambasa shina shihaholewele bulaji ni shirekele shirolela byemwanyi shese kwandilangire Coffee Authority hubanga hulime nayo hano mu Uganda wambasa shina shesi bandiyahile huhola huyeta omulimi ni babandu bose babambagana ni mwanyi when it comes to production.
First of all, you know Uganda yi ngalolele Uganda we are full of jokers. Ba jokers banji nabi.
Bayirabula mu serious.
Welolele da policies itsingali nabi. Uganda has all very nice policies.
Yes.
They have not worked here, but the same policies have worked elsewhere.
Ours are rotting in the shelves.
Just see Rwanda. Rwanda is not a very complex country, no. It's not a big country than us, no. Rwanda, until recently, has been full of war.
Chaos.
Until Kagame came and pacified and stabilized that country. But look, their coffee sells higher than Ugandan coffee.
Okay.
Why? Because for them, bitter new policies and they affected it. For example, Rwanda onyara watande ahulu morutsa kulia kama motande hutuma bisasi tatawe kasotu miremba ale watabule Kampala bafugize moto hawako bulemba ale wabyangala ero tuyo mundu abyangala aho bihira Short of that, you go away.
Nga holiho ni kumutemu akutirire.
Nari ano with very good policies nebindu bya hasana. But what we need now is to go hard on the policies. Kasauta hard on policies. Ibindu binaramba out. Lwehube mwanyi huba with a good cap. Shamira dala hufamu.
Yes.
Si mwanyi muli hufuira kama leskebu twa. Ariba natsikulanga nga nibakula organic it. Wawuli. Imwanyi bakana mu ebindu kama sisieko binanu. Imuli hura mutu.
Huzoesa kumutindi.
Ariba manyi bari mwanyi yiji. Dia amirewa. Bari mwanyi yi ya amire bushanji ina mawanga wa JOHN K. You cannot trace Ugandan coffee. But sebali hukule mwanyu hame paida. They transport all the way from Paida or Congo. Arabica. Bamurera. Pakanan. Because everyone knows that Arabica is from Bugisu. Arabica is from Bugisu. Bamurera. Bam blending. Ni mwanyevi. So it's a world market nge fetch ngabula it. Nga kapi rayo bula it.
Kubanga yakwama mushifeshe.
Lwe huba arabandu. Abahire who implementing a policies but very busy running around with petty men and women. So ribale hevindu.
I like that point. Petty men and women.
You see those are two key things.
They move together. Actually, there are three. And
also the president is also busy with wanting to be president. So I think that is where the problem is. Yes. That people actually are taking advantage of the president. Actually, the president comes up with very good ideas. When those of me, surprisingly, have not met the president before, but when you hear him speak, you really see somebody who has love for his people. But for people who don't even have love for themselves.
Actually, eri point nkulu nabiriri babandu huluhu chesinga kama roro kefe kwarure misinji chinya charera itoatoa mula yulu kukubona khu na halonde bifani ya Masaba TV khwekhale nomundu mukhulu nabi fefe Masaba TV khwayama khuyimirisa babandu besi mwambasa muri mwakhumanya ta khubokese busiro bwawe ni kumukaso kwawe kwesi babele ni nako mu community yoni kese khulukani hanne sawa ino abero muna mahuwa wabelo murangirisi mu byebuli ate lundi wakhokesele lubeko lundi lwebyebulimi ne khufurire lala imwanyi hasubulani mungani haino uliho nishe suluhu bukulamo ne khufurira lala basoleli nga khwamirana nawe beho nisunyala watandihira ingania nawulira mutwela khuba kukabewe wamayo yako nalirota paka nga watandihire coffee
coffee time.
Very good. So kuka husonga ya coffee time ino buli mundu fefe Masaba kuruza ho basoleli betse na hotelo nenga buli mundu ali niliso kuba wama chese shini
bare na bani musale wasa jowali ngashiri utande ahumanyire ngandi amire ku radio na tsani hulima tulabe kwikhale na yalo mari atife baba mfacho kugula ebizimbe byalingano mu town milioni 15 10 yaja kugula mataka na mutumba achibode namuloma naye amataka ago lwachi toja wagalimira tibinze tisobola kuva mu town naja okulima
mentality
abone ne media ali ne liswa papa we muzeyizi mamulera liswa newe murebe aho offenders go na mutumba utsahuli akanata
akana kurureshire mbata
bali bahana ba miliyuba yeta ari mentality yoyo niyo shiz nenga kastoba ho niliswa by the way you don't need a lot of land to start to venture into coffee. You don't have actually need if you can plant the coffee well and good but you can buy the coffee and trade, but you're better off who byale man
obeho ni business nebyo just balanga bari single origin manyo yama wa JOHN K single origin ngani yambire ku farm paka ushikombe ifetchinga more money dani hukula
busabu limundu urerere uprocessing ohole nano kasta bamenye bari single origin ya mireo shisala shosh ya mireo batch pulpingire bamale hu pulpingira banihire if it's not naturals ba pulpingire banihire bamale okwanihira bahalingire bamale okuhalinga bali uhalangira bamale uhalangira bali hu grindingira bamale hu grindingira bali hu packingira single origin tanga bakiro chikumunyana wali ali pesa na wiyanga busa
nisho shesi umurangirisi weli namba achendelenga asomesa value addition yes
bari value addition ishinyowera dala ngani hubo lendi policies zefe zibatsinda wero le policy ya PDM
yes
parish development model
yes
arimu amba abantu asatu mbawe million ari mundu azakola parish in addition ishina huna ni hukofi with 1 million buli mundu
with this process you've just taken us
chira abantu bafuna kampesa ako mundu atafuna omwaso wa habiri wa hataruwe hane obaza wanywenje lonjo kali it's useless
bana wata bule hucho sigubo lendo bali de bibiri wale hasha hata lipesa umucherema so value addition I think the issue of policies is very serious
but we have good policies surprisingly
very
but it's implementation
na bende hukani hono mundu kuninga hukani ahore wanomera South Africa yes kwikomba isawaje yes buli mundu ali kwikomba hutimela after apartheid policy I mean apartheid ngabafunile independence yawe ya 1990 munya basi ndi habahulu besi babona bari bajesi babata huyira government eburangisi mu Uganda ni aba train kama chasike sibombe hele sifa kwikomba bakamisana so hasi ahuka
not only Uganda Rwanda you don't need to go to South Africa just Rwanda here until recently the Kenyan education system has been poor bana Kenya actually most of the schools that you're seeing here in Mbale particularly are a result of the numbers from Kenya comprehensive Manafa high school because of Oxford those were a result of the poor education system in Kenya.
Where we also happened to get a firebrand of Mujomba Ibra.
Narisawa it. Bana Kenya benga bita husomere Uganda. They stabilized because they brought their children here to study.
To go back and implement.
Actually, one of their president studied. Their president and one of the most powerful attorney general. Their president Mike Kibaki was here at Makerere. Their attorney general, it was called, he died recently at the age of 99 or 100, something like that. They studied at Makerere.
Okay.
But right now, bana Kenya banyabita no who so much. Because they coped, they brought their children to study here, they went back home.
And stabilized the system. Kuka nasimile wa huwele mboka yo we mala, nena amanya ndi we wabe huanga kani hapa kabuela bula. Bia hukwikira hobi kali binyala huwatawe. Kale abendi hukana mubyese hukani hilebe n'uruchendo rwose obeho nitiromotesi umbera basoleli nga kama chesi kubange sawa ino musolera mbasari na kulisaliswa milioni 4 ngule pipi ngali hukana hukola kumutwalo leluna atenga liswa alionga wali dehele ili kulile milioni 4 shalero kumukamba liba milioni 8 basolelu bahu majese shina
baka mesora kereza motivational speakers usolele ulita yoyo akamisa imbozi ba motivational speakers making wealth is a process building wealth like the word is to build wealth is a process bahasba miriba wata baliyo ari you gasalira abana babiri atsakuwa kundi yinyo
babandi benyo
stay focused umaroro ko eyes on the ball like a tiger. If you want to be wealthy, please when you wealth, don't go listening about motivational speakers telling you see unyara wata andi hani chere kumuchere kiro ombe hasheratod. That is not there. Say wali omusahulu bamulanga bari chenguje abe kwihale naye na matala ana madbaba John gampesa agapaka nga wasondere gaera stop listening to motivational speakers. What am I focused
on? Go out and hustle.
Since wabone until recently kumule kwasabe kwa mali but litsune liba lieshikukata hapana kamishikuke wefe mbayo urusa baku it is stress. Stress is associated with deep thinking. You must think deep. Waliwe subao ngoli ni siringita, but you need to roast coffee. But somebody else is asking you for money to go and buy ice cream. Are your children want to go and swim? What sacrifice? Kugambaba stress, you don't have enough money yet. Your thinking is, if I have money, I'm going to make ABCD. So you sacrifice. In that process of sacrificing, you lose a lot. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose your own family. But you must stay focused. The rest can come together. Family can come. You can actually even build another family. Exactly. Let me tell you, when you have money, you have friends. And they will always come. They'll always be there. When you have money, money is power. Blishesi ukana ushifuna. Wabone nga ulinika mpesa. Muhananya na kureba bire byesestita. Arulini baka sibenga baba na benga. Agamba bugambye baje baliyegwe baletenze jabalabi. Nabalabi.
Nenga happy.
Bale binasimira nabi mwanya no ncheni sauma saba TV. It's been a pleasure. Amanya abe nakorera nabi aranda se bambere khabi talundi bamasaba bambone, but I am still interested. Hubonanga kwiyongera huambira atera ni bale benga bamasaba TV kwiyongera okwembeha the Mulembe Nation kombe the Mulembe Nation ngahurambisa coffee. We are going to use the meager resources we have, coffee siba kukabe face ba kulehera, to build this nation. Nasi menabiyaya fanya
nasenasi milembuka yo umulayi ushikubona khuna halonde bifani
fana nishosho
ni huwene yamahuba imbuka ni wa chef umukhulu John Kennedy Wasikye lyo likono libofu mushirimba she bamasaba nadala lubeka ebyetsowatswana atwela ni bibindi sembere Simon Peter Walukhu Ibrangisi we kamera yo ate ubele nyuma we kamera mulangori Doni Medi niyo hola kumulimo kwe huhambira bifani ni hubigata atwela notsowele kumulimo kwa production namwe hubona buli shindu kitamu moni bulayi niyo mucheremesi kunine yenye ne mushomba he lati. So mwanyala ili programu yefenga bulindalo alubeka ebyetsowatswana ku Masaba TV hotie ku social media handles tosana Facebook, YouTube atwela ni Twitter. Mwanyala nabi.